In this video, I'm going to break down the top 5 Forex trading books that you absolutely must read. Plus, I'm going to show you my number 1 Forex trading book that I bet you've never ever heard of. We're going to break it down from number 5 all the way down to number 1. And if you do read these books, the chances of you becoming a successful Forex trader increases dramatically. And if you don't read these books, the chances of you failing increases dramatically. Hey, if you'd like to make your trading easy, lucrative, and fun, then go ahead and click the subscribe and turn on post notifications button here so we can help make your trading more easy, more lucrative, and more fun. Okay, in this video, we're going to break down the top 5 Forex trading books. We're going to break it down from number 5 all the way down to number 1, my favorite Forex trading book that I bet you've probably never heard of. So let's go ahead and start this off. Number 5, my 5th favorite Forex trading book is actually a book called Market Wizards, and it's not specific to Forex specifically, but about trading in general. And it's actually written by this guy named Jack Schwager, who basically did the Think and Grow Rich approach, where he went out and he interviewed like some of the top most successful traders all in the world, and he gathered all the bits and pieces that he learned from all these different traders. And it's almost set up like an interview series where he's interviewed all of these best traders, so that way you can simply pick the ideas and pick the minds of the best Forex traders and the best stock traders and the best future traders of all times, and you can just take and combine all their stuff and use it for yourself. So that's number 5. That's Market Wizards. Number 4. Coming up at number 4 is a book called Trading in the Zone. Maybe you've heard of it. It's by a gentleman named Mark Douglas. And this book was a huge aha moment for me. It taught me a lot about when I was first getting started about trading psychology, as well as he talks a lot about, instead of needing to know what's actually going to happen in the future in the market, he says you don't actually need to know because the market is completely random. And the best part about this that I learned is how to actually trade like a casino, or how to trade like a robot, and how to think in terms of probabilities, and how to completely let go of my emotions when trading. So that's number 4. That's Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Number 3. I love this little book. It's called The Candlestick Trading Bible. It's by this Japanese guy, I believe. Well, the book is written about this Japanese guy named Munehisa Homa, who was supposedly the most successful trader of all time. And supposedly he made like $10 billion in what would be today's money. He's known as the godfather of candlesticks. If you're not that far in your Forex journey where you haven't mastered Japanese candlesticks, it's a huge advantage understanding Japanese candlesticks, obviously. And they break this down in the book really, really simply. The reason I love this book, it's short, it's very easy to read, and they break down one of the most important things, which is Japanese candlesticks. They break down all these different patterns, how you should trade them, and they give you a couple really awesome strategies at the end of the book that you can incorporate. So that's number 3. That's the Candlestick Trading Bible. And number two is a book I totally love. It's called Naked Forex. It's by this Australian gentleman named Walter Peters. I believe he's a PhD. And this book is different because he basically throws in the trash everything else that, most retail traders are taught about using technical indicators. And he says that indicators don't give you any indication of what's actually to happen in the future with price. They're all lagging. They're just like a wristwatch that's telling you what's actually happening with time. An indicator is just telling you what's happening with price, but in the past. Instead of using indicators, he talks about using something called price action trading, where he basically teaches you how to actually read a chart and how to read what's actually happening in the market, like what formations are being formed and what's likely to happen based on the formations, which are based on psychology of the overall market, which is really, really interesting. So I love this book. It's easy to read. It's simple. It's called Naked Forex by Walter Peters. Okay, number one. I know you guys have all been waiting for number 1. My favorite book ever is actually called Edge Trading Secrets, okay? You may think I'm a little bit biased since we wrote this book, but it actually wasn't written by me. And by the way, you can download this book for free in the link in the description below. And let me tell you why this is my favorite book. Well, the reason being is because I had read all these previous books, number 5 all the way down to number 2. I had read all those books, but I was still struggling to find my edge in my Forex trading, even though I had read all these different books and I thought that I was applying. And it wasn't actually until I met this gentleman that was a real professional Forex bank trader, and I got to meet him and become friends with him, and I got to learn the way that he thought. And when I first met him, he said, "Adam, why don't you just read my book?" And so he gave me a copy of his book, and at the time it was just in a PDF version, and I read it, and I had so many ahas and epiphanies that I'd never heard of before. And he basically taught me the unspoken laws of a Forex bank trader and how you could leave the herd and join the smart money. This was my favorite book simply because of the epiphanies and ahas. And so we basically decided to partner with him and bring it to life a little bit and edit the book. It was kind of like an old textbook in a sense, but this book is great for you if you've had the basics training, if you've at least been trading for 6 months and have a basic understanding, but you're still looking for your edge, then this book is the answer. It's called Edge Trading Secrets. It's absolutely amazing. You can go ahead and you can download it in the link in the description below. Now, my guess is that if you're watching this video, you're trying to become a better Forex trader. So I created this video right here. It's called 7 Forex Trading Tips that'll instantly put you in the top 1% of traders. It's interesting. It's some of the concepts and some of the data talked about in this book, but it talks about the 1% of traders. What are they actually doing and how do they do it? So go ahead, watch that video right now.